Hi, good evening. Yep, it's Wednesday again, 9 o'clock as usual. My usual Facebook Live with tonight's session is meditation. So yeah, it will be more of a more cozy, comfortable, relaxing sort of like Facebook Live where you can actually ask me questions, any questions relating to meditation. And this was actually brought up recently by email that was sent into the team. Actually, the email was sent in for quite some time ago lah. Okay, it's just that I've never really the background, leave it. Okay, I've never really got time to actually cater to that particular email itself, right? So let's see first if there's anyone tuning in right now. Okay, anyone tuning in right now, just help us and let us know if the sound is clear. Okay, let us know if you can hear us. Okay, if you can see. Yeah, okay, as you can see just now, we were so excited to start the whole session, right? We should already pop up with the second scene rather than the first scene. Okay, is there anyone there that you can actually hear us? You can hear, okay, clearly, or you can see clearly. Okay, today we are testing onto a new camera, so hopefully, it will appear much clearer to all of you. Okay, fingers crossed lah. Okay. So yeah, okay, hi, okay, Ayaka Wong, okay, thank you, okay, Boon Leong, loud and clear, thank you so much, okay, for your feedback. At least it helps so that I know that at least you all can hear me and you can listen to me as well. All right, so tonight's meditation's topic, okay, because some people, let's not say a lot of people, some people are concerned about meditation. Can it be harmful, okay, when we do it too much or overdo it? Or what does it mean by overdoing it, okay? And there are some questions that I mentioned is like some of the students actually email in. One of the students actually emailed in to ask, and I find that it's a very, very valid question. In fact, I appreciate questions like this because it gives me an idea. Okay, so fast you put it out already. I never asked her, so never mind, it's okay, leave it there. Okay, so it's questions like this, somehow it actually give me an idea as in what to talk about every Wednesday, because when you have good questions, it's very valid questions that of concern that you wanted to ask, right? Okay, it will be good because it also helped me to actually in a way use that particular question itself as a topic for Facebook Live. So yeah, okay, so do keep it coming. All right, hi Romax, hi Shok Yi, Po Ching, okay, hi Gan Lai Bi, okay, thank you for tuning in, okay, to all of you. As usual, if you can, it will be really good if you can help me to share this session out so that it can actually reach out to more people. All right, so tonight's session is all about meditation. If you have any questions regarding meditation, any concerns, okay, don't feel bad, ask, okay, in the comment below. Okay, don't feel bad as if how if other people will judge you. As far as I'm concerned, remember, in my Facebook group or my Facebook page, hopefully, all right, we try not to judge people, at least not openly. We don't in a way condemn people's comment or whatsoever. All right, so if you really have any doubt, okay, do actually put it in the comment below so that at least we can look into it, and if it's really a good questions, okay, I will always pick it up and share so that everyone can learn. All right, so yeah, hi Jessie Fu, okay, thank you for tuning in. Angel, I see you're there as well, okay. Thank you for tuning in, all of you. As usual, if you can, please do help me out to share this session, okay? It's a session every Wednesday night that's fully sponsored by J Group, Building Dreams Together. And tonight's session is all about meditation. As you know, upcoming this Friday night, okay, it's the lunar eclipse, okay? It's a partial lunar eclipse where it is the longest lunar eclipse in the century. In fact, I think this morning, Kong Yu have actually done a Facebook Live itself stating that this particular lunar eclipse is actually, what, 580 years. Now, I didn't search on that because I'm sure Kong Yu searched about it, okay? He actually stated that this particular partial lunar eclipse itself is the longest in the past or upcoming or in the duration of 580 years. Right? Okay, so that makes it very special. Okay, I would say that at least in this century itself, okay, it is the longest partial lunar eclipse, then followed by a total solar eclipse that's happening on 4th of December. Okay, therefore we call it an eclipse season. So during eclipse season, you know that we will normally go about with meditation, okay, as I've mentioned even last week and all that. The best thing for us, okay, for during eclipse seasons itself is for us to meditate so that we can go deeper into our soul, to understand and to have more clarity, okay, within ourselves. But the thing is, when we in a way try to actually go and do into like meditations or more meditative sessions itself, it does somehow, okay, trigger some questions, some doubt or some inquiries relating to meditations, how safe it is, okay, how much is too much, example, okay, or if like doing too much, is it going to impact us negatively, okay. And of course, if you try to search about it, there are always yin and yang to the questions, every questions, okay. There are always numerous websites or numerous articles that will tell us about the positive side of certain things and also at the same time the negative side of certain things, okay, and both are not wrong, okay. So therefore I find that all these questions, okay, are very valid questions and interesting, so that we can now hopefully understand more into it, okay. First of all, I would like to start off with this email that we received, okay. My team forwarded it to me, yeah, okay, and it says that recently, okay, she was informed by a friend that need to be careful to do meditation, as when a person done meditation up to a higher level already, then it is easily being possessed by spirit or soul. For privacy purposes, we deleted out the name, okay, because it's like unless we have your consent to share your questions, okay, well, if not, we will just in a way delete out your name, okay, for privacy purposes, okay. But I really find that these questions and this concern is very valid, and it is good, okay, that we can address it openly as well, okay. And then she said that she means soul or spirit can enter into our body during meditation. She saw in a religious place before that there are people who after meditate will be spinning or rolling on the floor, be it Buddhist or Christian meditation. All right, so her question is, okay, is it true that every meditation will lead to this, spinning or rolling on the floor, or other soul or spirit enter into our body after a person meditations has gone to a higher level up already? Okay, that's the first question. And the second one is like, is it the spinning or rolling on the floor is only happening in religious meditation? Why do they actually spin or roll on the floor? Is there differences in terms of meditation? That's the second question. All right, so yeah, okay, good evening everyone. Teresa, Simon Tan, Donna Poon, okay, thank you, okay, all of you. Simon Tan said that I've signed up for one of your workshops and you've forgotten the date. Now, upcoming, I have a few workshops coming up. This Friday, I have a Eclipse workshop, which is Listening to Your Soul, experiential meditation workshop. I'm not sure whether that's the one you're referring to. It's 19 November. And then another one is actually coming on December 4th, okay, which is the Total Solar Eclipse workshop, which is like the opening of the Grand Centurion portal, okay, that is actually happening on the 4th of December. And we have another one, which is the Grand Centurion Breakthrough workshop, okay, and that workshop itself, normally if you sign up, probably you have signed up during the Grand Centurion portal workshop that you have actually attended. Okay, and that's happening on 11th of December. Okay, so hopefully, yeah, you can recall which one is it, okay, right, that you have actually signed up. If not, do actually try to email to my team, okay, contact@solidtrinity.com, all right, so that they can actually help you with your details, okay. So send us your email address, okay, and also the name that you registered for, okay, and the team will help you to sort that out. All right, so any more questions here? Anything that I missed out? No, right? Okay, let's come back to this. Now, first of all, I would like to, hi Priya, okay, hi Priya Sabhaval, thank you, okay, for joining in as well. Now, have you actually heard people's concern about meditation? Have you seen people, okay, as in like during meditations, they are like in a way seems to be out of control by our logic mind, okay? Why I want to say this is like, you know, sometimes it's like you see people are all over the place, they are like moving all over, okay? They can be like shouting, they can be yelling. I've seen this. I'm actually very honored or very grateful that I have the privilege to see this. I have also even the privilege to see is like, you know, in terms of Taoism, when we deal with the temple work and all that, people goes into deep meditations, okay, it's part of meditation as well, okay, that somehow puts you almost in a trance, okay. So all these things of like rolling or spinning and all that is actually quite common in certain practice of meditation. All right, so now any of you, okay, as in like have actually seen like any of this meditation itself, do share with me, or what will be so-called the weirdest meditation things that you have seen. Now, when I say weirdest, quote unquote, okay, it's actually how we are judging or deriving it from our conscious mind, okay? If it's really from the subconscious or unconscious level, right, okay, all these things is like nothing is weird because nothing is right nor wrong, okay? It's just part of meditative, okay? So if you have also encountered any of this, do share with me so that at least I know, okay, as in like, you know, what are the things that you have actually gotten yourself exposed to? Now, for my personal level itself, I've seen, okay, as in like meditation circles, I have been to also in a way like in the temple and all these things. When we visit even other temples, that people goes into mediumship, okay, that goes into a trance, okay. In Chinese we call 上同, okay, either 落同 or 上同, depending what are the energies that they are in a way allowing, okay, to go through their body itself. All right, so these are the things I have not really seen into Christian meditation. All right, so I'm not sure how it goes, okay, but to me itself, it all involves around energy. So more or less, I in a way, I believe that the principles will be the same. All right, now first of all, the word meditation. Now to me, it's like, you know, like if you really look into an older form of languages, okay, if you look into probably in terms of like, you know, it can be like Sanskrit or Chinese or even in comes to like Hinduism and all these things, right? The words itself is like much more in a way detailing, especially Chinese. Now, I wasn't really I was not Chinese educated, okay? But I'm really, really very glad that up to date itself, right, okay, I have been able to actually in a way equip myself, okay, with Chinese, so that anytime you can throw me, okay, books, okay, on Chinese, okay, preferably the Taiwanese or the Hong Kong, okay, publications, because they are using traditional Chinese, okay, to actually write about it. I have no issues into reading and understanding all these books, okay? And all this is really due to my, in a way, love and also curiosity into metaphysics, where it actually pushes me to actually learn the language itself instead of giving myself reasons not to learn it just because I didn't go to Chinese school, all right? And therefore, also, I want to tell all of you, okay, in Chinese metaphysics, if you are interested, right, you can learn this language, okay? It's just that whether or not you're putting in the effort. For me, I'm very, very glad that, okay, I can do so. And after learning that this beautiful, beautiful language itself, right, okay, especially Chinese, all right, you see that there are a lot of different words to describe precisely onto different things. Where else, okay, I find that sometimes English words itself are very, how to say, very, very one covers all, okay? Example, I give an example on Chinese words, okay? Those of you who are Chinese, you will know, right? We have different names to call different relatives, okay? If let's say if it's like, you know, your mother's sister compared to your mother's sister-in-law, compared to your father's sister and your father's sister-in-law, example. Okay, in Chinese, you have exactly precisely different terms to label each of this, okay? But generally in English, what you call all this is like auntie, 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 and auntie, okay? So that's the thing, as in like, because you have different words in Chinese itself to go even detail into the words itself. And that's something that I want to share also about meditation. Because meditation itself, in the English words itself, I find that it comprises almost everything, okay? As long as like, you know, if you see someone sitting down, close their eyes, okay, doing nothing, and the first thing that you come to mind is like, oh, they are meditating. But the thing is, there could be a lot of things, okay, that's happening. Probably the person is just taking a short nap, okay? But the thing is like meditation itself, right, okay, in English, the words, like, one word covers a vast variety of different intention or different purpose or different focus in life. Therefore, it can actually, in a way, create a lot of like, I won't say that it's confusion, but it seems like a lot of like, you know, non-depth into things. It's like a wide variety, variations, okay, of like things that it actually, in a way, represents, but it doesn't go deep enough. Therefore, you have to understand that meditation itself comes into a lot of different ways, different types, different intention. Now, one of the ways that I have actually gone through, okay, experience and witness in my life itself, okay, is like a meditation where, let's say, for instance, in the temple itself, there are meditations that Buddhisms, okay, they do it is like in terms of taming of the mind, right? Where we close our eyes, we meditate. Hopefully, we can now, in a way, okay, extract ourselves, okay, extract our soul or our mind, elevate it higher, okay, so that we become so calm and so still that we elevated ourselves to look back into our environment and the surrounding around us, okay? That is one sort of meditation. So that now, okay, when we manage to see things from a higher perspective, okay, we can see things much clearer, okay, and much better instead of being trapped into it, right? Example, okay, example as in like, you know, if you, what are the things I can share about this? Okay, example, okay, let's say if you are trapped, okay, on earth, okay, Whatever that you see when you're trapped on earth in that scenario, in that what they call environment, there is only so much that you can see out of it, okay? All right, example, if you're trapped on earth, let's say in a very terrible traffic jam, okay? And you're trapped in your car, stuck in this particular jam itself, okay? So the chances is, the possibilities is, especially if it's an uncalled to jam, okay? It means that somehow a bad accident have happened. You don't expect this. It's not your normal rush hour. And now you're stuck in this jam itself where you need to be somewhere else, okay, within that timing, okay, and you're rushing, okay, towards like certain things that you need to actually attend to. So therefore, when you're stuck in this particular situation itself, right, whatever that we are able to see in this car, stuck in between so many other cars that is jammed, non-moving, it gives us a different perspective of life. Now imagine, but if this particular jam itself that is caused by a major accident, probably an explosion way further, okay, on the highway, but imagine now that we are on an helicopter or a flight. Whenever you take off or landing, if you're on the flight, okay, especially like, like the first few flights that we take, even now that, constantly when we do fly, right, okay, every time we go to a new place or a new city, okay, whenever it's nearing to the takeoff and landing, right, we will sure, if we have the privilege to have the window seat, we will peep down to look at, wow, from this bird's eye view, okay, we can see that probably some of the places is like, you have rows and rows of cars stuck in the traffic jam. But the thing is, if we are above there, in the plane, or in a helicopter, example, when we look at the jam itself, right, we are looking at it at a totally different perspective or emotion. Can you imagine that? It will be totally different. But imagine if you are in that jam itself, it will be totally different. So meditation itself is just helping us to elevate ourselves, elevate our energy so that a part of our mind can be elevated, can be so calm, so still, elevated from all the physical things, issues, problems, obstacles, okay, that is surrounding us in our messy life, okay? So when we do the meditation, one of it, the intention is to elevate this so that we have a more clarity of mind, so that now we can look back into our life, our physical self, okay, by understanding what shit we have gotten ourselves into, why on earth we got ourselves into this shit, okay, so that now we can unbiasedly, non-emotionally attach to it, figure it out, understand it better, and how to, in a way, how to say, unshit ourselves. Sorry for my English, okay? It's like, you have entangled yourself into all these things, okay? Now that you can look at it in a way unbiasedly, very objectively, and then now you can see as in like, what are the things or strategies now that you need to learn to grow, okay, or to harness so that you can relieve yourself out of it, okay? So that is one of the purpose of meditation, right? To elevate our mind, okay? So that in a way we can see things clearly, we are more aware of things, we have mindfulness on the things that we do. All right, and then there are also another type of meditation as far as I'm concerned, especially that if you deal a lot with religious matter. Now for me, it's like, Taoism the most, okay? So it's like when we deal with this, right, okay, you often see during certain festivals. I'm sure Hinduism as well, we have seen during Thaipusam, okay? Like people really go into this like meditative state, okay, that they go into almost like a mediumship, like a trance, okay, that somehow is supposedly to have lost conscious, okay, of ourselves, okay, and also in a way when we lost conscious, we lose feelings, and we can in a way do a lot of things, like say, like, in the temples like CMU last time, okay, during a certain God's festival, right, okay, they have this what we call entourage, they bring the god out, and then they have all these like mediums itself, okay, they will go into a trance, and after that they will start like using a knife to poke themselves, to cut themselves. They will be using all this like a joystick, okay, to actually poke on their body, and almost that they don't feel the hurt. And you can obviously see this during Thaipusam as well, and that is also another part of meditation, okay, and that meditation itself, okay, is totally different from the normal meditative things that I mentioned. Now, all of the meditations that I've done, okay, it's more into building awareness, mindfulness, realizing, okay, means that we extract our mind, heighten it, elevate it, so that we look back into ourselves to have deeper understanding and clarity into our life, so that we know what we can do about it, okay, in order to make it better. But the purpose of all this mediumship or goes into a trance state, okay? I mean, overall, all meditations gets you into a trance state. It's just that how deep is that trance, okay? So when you go into a mediumship, you see, these people, when they meditate, their intention is different. Their intention is somehow learning about total surrender. It means that they give up, they totally surrender about themselves, they no longer ground themselves. So there is one part of meditations that very important is we need to ground ourselves to make sure that we are grounding, okay, right? And then during the meditation, somehow you will feel that because of the energy vortex that's going, because when you allow yourself to go into meditative state, right, the energy or the vortex in the body is flowing rapidly. That's why so many students, okay, oh, hi, Mr. Lim, serious right there, okay, Felicia, hi, Richard, Jane, okay, so I'm sure many of you here has attended some of my experiential meditation workshop before. So when you meditate, you feel that partially or your body becomes lighter. And some of you starts to even move, okay, by in a way allowing yourself to go with the flow of that energy. And here we are talking only like, focus energy, but it's not like really a very big force of energy going on. But if you really relax yourself, you will see that naturally you will go with the flow, okay, of that meditative state. But you are still grounded in the sense like why a lot of people likes to actually do meditation in a rooted lotus position, because when you cross your leg and rooted, seated, firmly planted on the ground, that is a grounding sort of like position, because your root now is grounding towards earth itself. You lock your leg, okay, so that you hold the energy there at your lower lower meridians, okay, which is your root chakra. So when you hold it there, imagine now, okay, it's like a pen, if you can see this pen. The grounding work done, so you can rotate and sway due to the vortex of energy. That's why you will see that somehow if you really go into meditative mode, your body will start to swing. It will start to sway a bit, okay? Because why? The intention of this type of meditation is, okay, to elevate the mind, okay? To loosen up the upper areas so that it can go higher and look back into our physical form or our lower chakras itself to see what are the blockages and issues that we need to look into in our life. So therefore, you just rotate like this. Now, the other form of so-called meditations or mediumship is the intention is totally different. Meditation is all about intention. So the intention of these people doing that sort of like mediumship sort of like meditation is they totally, in a way, intended to let loose of themselves. They don't ground. They release themselves and in fact invoking or initiating of other energies, okay, or spirits or higher or gods or whatever you call it, depending on the religion, to possess them, to come into their body, to take their body and guide them, okay, along. So that is another part of meditation, most of the time done in religious practices, okay. In a way, it is part of totally surrendering ourselves to the Lord or to the God or to whatever deities that we are praying to, okay. So that one sets the intention as they totally do not ground themselves. They totally let loose of themselves. They believe that the physical body belongs to the Creator or whatever religions. Of course, without proper, in a way, guidance into meditation, there are a lot of times they will have a lot of, side effect or the negative impact of it. Because at the end of the day, meditation is all about intention, okay? But again, there are so many religions out there. There are so many, of course, it's like I've seen, there are temples all around, Taoist temple, you have big temples, you have small temples, you have even temples that are even like, started from like a house and people start doing mediumship there. I'm sure if you're Chinese, Malaysian, you know a lot of all these places, from a house. I'm not saying that any of this is not genuine or is not real. But the thing is, we are all human, okay? Like, we are all human going through a process of learning, of, in a way, purifying our soul, purifying ourselves. In a way, the chances of all these lessons of life will come up to us, okay, to trigger us, to challenge us. So there will be times, if I'm sure that some of you have actually read also newspapers that says that mediumships, okay, all these like temple people, religious people, okay, that somehow be siphoned out of the path, okay, right? For a lot of, normal people that start judging, they will know that it's like, I'm in